Hi everybody, Robin Washington here for HuskerOnline.com. Wrapping up Nebraska's 73-56 loss to Georgia Tech on Wednesday night. Obviously a disappointing performance in the first true road game of the season, but really kind of sums it up in three key categories. One, Nebraska couldn't finish at the rim. They were 12 of 30 on dunks and layups, which is an inexcusable number. I mean, I don't even know how that's even possible, but then you pair that with going 9 of 18 from the free throw line, and then a season-high 18 turnovers. I mean, Nebraska kind of self-destructed to where, Georgia Tech played well, but Nebraska was its own worst enemy all night long, and you cannot overcome those types of mistakes anywhere, let alone going on the road in a true road environment for the first time all season. The good news was, I guess if you want to look at some positives, Nebraska did do better on the rebounds. They were only outrated by 3 overall, and tied at 12 offensive rebounds apiece. Held Georgia Tech to 7 second chance points, which you take that any day of the week. If Nebraska can do just anything close to that on a regular basis, they're going to have a chance more often than not, as long as they don't get in their own way time and time again with missing easy shots, turning the ball over, and just kind of self-destructing. So, I think all in all, this was yet another learning experience for this team. This is going to be a year full of constant growth through experiences that they can only figure out by getting thrown into the fire. Tonight was one of them, and there's only about 5,000 people. I think the listed attendance was like 5,133, something like that, and a lot of those were Nebraska fans. There was a ton of family members and friends that were here, and a lot of people from around the East Coast and the Atlanta area, Husker fans that made their way out. So this was far from a daunting road environment, but it was away from home. They flew halfway across the country, stayed in a hotel together, and got kind of that first, true road trip experience. And I think that can at least get their feet wet a little bit for a significant step up in that regard coming up in 72 hours, going to Creighton for the first Nebraska-Creighton rivalry experience for basically everybody on the team except for Thor Bjarnarsson. So, this game kind of encapsulated what this season all is about. You got to try and find your glimmers of optimism. And I think there are bits and pieces of things that went well. I thought the offensive flow actually was pretty good. That the pace was pretty good. This was one of the highest tempo games from start to finish of the KenPom.com era. So, Nebraska was able to get out and run the way it wanted. But when you miss that many layups, you miss that many free throws, and you miss that many three-pointers, and then you turn the ball over that many times, you're not beating anybody. So, I think obviously more bad than good, but another step in the overall development and learning process of a young team under a first-year head coach. For HuskerOnline.com, I'm Robin Washington. Thanks for watching.